Hello everyone and welcome to the final of BCA T20 Survival, which sees Brendan Scott taking on Riley Cornforth to add the next chapter in this pair's rivalry. These two rivals met in match 2 of this year's competition, and it was a reasonably tight affair on this occasion. The match was still alive as we entered the final over. However, boundaries in the final over from Scott guided him past Riley for his 5th straight win against his rival. So Scott has won the toss on this occasion and he is elected to bat first. Has yet to be dismissed in this year's competition and has a fantastic record at BCA. Can he post a big total in the decider? So we're all ready to go for the 6th meeting between these two rivals. It's Riley into Scott first up and he guides it away to the boundary to begin with a boundary. To be fair to Cornforth, it wasn't the worst delivery to begin with, but it's guided to the boundary nevertheless. So the perfect start to the final here for Scott. As Cornforth is in again, it's an identical delivery, it's an identical result. As Scott puts the second ball away for another boundary. Perhaps a little bit more width offered on this occasion, and it's put away. So Cornforth under pressure already here in the decider. He's in once again, it's a thick outside edge this time from Scott. It's 3 boundaries in a row to begin the final. Scott is away, fortuitous on this occasion, but they all count. Cornforth to bowl back-to-back overs here. He's in now, and this one's a floated up half volley put away to the boundary. So the carnage continues here in the decider. It's a half volley and it's punished. 17 without loss. So Cornforth to continue over the wicket. Oh, this is a horrid delivery. It's a full toss put away to the boundary. Cornforth's poor start to the final continues. He's in now, it's another half volley hammered away to the boundary again from Scott. He has raced to 25 and he is on top here in the decider. So Scott has moved to 30 at the halfway mark. As Wicket will bowl the third over of the innings. Oh, and he's nicked it behind. Wicket with his first delivery picks up a much needed wicket there for Cornforth. It's -5 for Scott, the first time he's been dismissed in this year's tournament. Just fished at one outside the off stump. It's a beautiful delivery first up there from Wicket. Drew Scott into the stroke, and it's a big moment there for Riley. So can that change the momentum here for Cornforth? As Wodgic's in once again, and this one hits Scott on the body. It's another dot ball. This is just what the doctor ordered here for Cornforth. As Wodgic's in once again, and Scott turns this on the leg side, heads towards the boundary. Oh, it's another bit of fielding there from Wicket. Here, Scott looks at the umpire. It was a close call, but Wicket has got there again, and it's down to 1. So this has been a brilliant over here from Wicket. Oh, and he serves up a full toss on this occasion, and Scott puts it away to the boundary. So Wicket in for the final ball of the over. He's in now. Oh, Scott can't get this away. So the over effectively goes for 0. So things set up nicely as we head into the final power play over. Cornforth into Scott, who turns this away on the leg side. It's not a great start to the over there for Cornforth. After Wicket did so well to get him back into the contest, Scott starts the power play over with 10. So Scott has moved along to 40. As Cornforth is in once again, it's another short delivery and he swivels on the back foot and puts this to the boundary again. Back-to-back boundaries to start the power play over. And Cornforth is under pressure at the start of an over again. So 50 up for Scott in the final over. Here's Cornforth's in once again. Oh, this one's fortuitous, but it goes to the boundary again for Scott. It's a thick inside edge, and it's 3 boundaries on the trot to begin the power play over for Scott. So nothing going Cornforth's way in the final over. He's in once again to Scott. It's a decent delivery, but it's put away to the boundary again. 4 boundaries on the trot here for Scott. And Cornforth is reliving a nightmare here. So the final ball of the over. Can Scott make it 5? He sure can. 5 boundaries in the final over. As Wicket did to Cornforth in the previous match. And Riley has another chase here. So 5 boundaries in the final over has propelled Scott to a total of 80 here in the decider. Riley has another chase on his hands, but he knows full well he can do it. So Cornforth comes to the crease with a job on his hands once again. 81 to get for victory, and the youngster will be looking for another solid start. So here we go, 81 for victory for Riley. As Scott is in for the first ball of the over and he's nicked it through to the keeper. -5 to begin with. A nightmare start for the young. youngster. It's a rearing delivery there from Scott. Cornforth has hung the bat out at it, to be fair. And it's a dream start for Scott. So Cornforth now has a mountain to climb. As Scott is in for the second delivery. Oh, it's a thick outside edge, but this time it's gone away to the boundary. Fortuitous there for Cornforth, but finally something has gone his way. So mixed results for both players to begin the over. As Scott is in once again to Cornforth. Oh, he's gone right through him. And that must have been narrowly close to the leg stump. A nearly moment there for Scott. Oh, and Cornforth holds his breath again. So it's been an action-packed beginning to the run chase. As Scott is into Cornforth and he gets this one away to the boundary. Just presents the full face of the bat and guides it away for a much-needed boundary. He's back in the black. So Scott in for the final ball of the opening over. Cornforth advances and guides this away to the boundary again. A much-needed boundary to end the over there for Cornforth. He moves along to 7, and can that be the impetus he needs? It's going to be Joel Wodjick to bowl the second over of the innings. As Cornforth advances and guides his way to the boundary off his toes once again. So 4 consecutive boundaries on the trot here for Cornforth. He's beginning to get going. So a good period with the bat here for Cornforth. As Wodjick continues in the second over and he guides his way to the boundary. He goes for 1, he's going to go for 2. Oh, and a direct hit, and he was toast. So Wodjick to continue in the second over. Cornforth advances again and hits this down the ground. It's another full toss, and that one goes all the way for 6. So Wodjick not having the same impact with the ball as he did when Riley was bowling. And Riley's on the march. So a huge over this in the contest. Scott to take the power play over. Oh, and he's got a wicket first delivery. A nightmare start once again here for Cornforth. The dream start to the over for Scott. And is that the match?
Yes, cunt. Yes.
Cornforth has now nicked off twice in this contest to Scott. And this time it's going to cost him 10. So a couple of good deliveries here for Scott, and it's going to become impossible here for Cornforth. And he squares up the ledger here in the over. He's got this away for 10 runs. And effectively erases the wicket from before. So Cornforth needs plenty more of that in this power play over. Scott is in once again, and this is a beautiful shot on the up for another 10 runs in the bank. More of that needed here for Riley. He's bouncing back. So Cornforth needs boundaries, as Scott will continue to him now in the power play over. Oh, it's a brilliant delivery. It's a dot ball which Cornforth can ill afford. And the wars are closing in on the youngster now. So Riley needs a boundary or he is done. Scott into Cornforth for the final ball of the power play over, and he's nicked off again. That is the match. Scott will win this decider. Cornforth is going to succumb to a 6th consecutive loss to his arch rival. A 2nd consecutive loss in a decider. And it's going to be Scott's 3rd title in a row. So yeah, Cornforth has conceded defeat. This is a resounding victory in the final for Scott. So once again, Scott has turned it on when it matters the most. A successful total defence here in the decider sees him claim his 3rd title in a row. So it was the Super Over Series, the 2 innings test, and now the T20 Survival to add to the trophy cabinet, as Scott makes it 3 from 3 in pre-season, as we look ahead to the Super Over World Cup next.